All right, guys, welcome back to the Built by Gamers podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell to get notifications, and make sure to leave a comment because at the end of this, we're going to be going over some, so you might make it in the next episode. All right, guys, we got an exciting one today. You've been asking for it, and we are delivering. Today, I know it's a little after Halloween, but we're telling scary stories. Real scary stories.
Ooh. Spooky, spooky. Ooh. It's Thanksgiving, but we're out here celebrating Halloween still, so it's
No, we tell scary stories all the time, so this is fine. Question is, do you want me to go first?
I got a freaky story. You go first.
we're talking about scary stories,
Maybe I'll
not
go
freaky
last.
stories.
Maybe I'll go last. Mine's gonna be the longest.
Yeah?
Okay, you can
Guaranteed,
go.
probably.
Okay.
Wait, is this like a real thing that happened?
This is a real thing that happened to me, and it's been happening since it's happened. And every time I tell it, I'll get into it after.
So you're cursed?
I'll tell you.
I have a real story too. That's pretty crazy. No. it
No
does
baby
not.
oil is involved.
No, baby. I don't think so. Okay, I'll
No,
Get into
let
it,
him
baby.
go.
Get
I
into
mean,
it,
you
baby.
can go.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Go. No, you start.
So I was living in the Dominican Republic, and I was in this city called Elias Pina, and this city's known for its witchcraft, right?
Ooh.
And I know, like, witchcraft is like, oh, you know, I thought the same thing. Like, witchcraft, like, come on, bro.
Well, you know that's not real, though, right?
No, that's what I thought. You think. It's not real. So I was like, all right, whatever, man. Like, maybe they do some weird stuff here. We'll see. So I'm sleeping one night, and I wake up. Bro, I never wake up middle of the night. I wake up middle of the night. I'm being so for real, bro. This is a true story. It's a true story. I'm not making this up. Upon opening my eyes, I see a goat.
The Lugaroo?
A goat?
The Lugo. I see a goat on my chest. Now listen.
I would faint right there.
I can't feel his body. I can't feel it.
So it was like a goat
I just
face?
see it. No, it's like it's literally the whole goat.
Was on you.
LeBron James?
And like I just see the face though, because the face is right here, but I can tell the body continues down my torso. I'm laying on my back. And I'll be so for real, I had just gotten there to the DR, and I thought like the natives of the DR, they're super kind, like they give you juices and stuff, and I never know what's in them.
Next time someone gives me a juice, I'll know that they come from the heart.
Bro, I'm like, maybe I got drugged or something. That's
Maybe.
literally
That's
my
what
first
I'm
thought.
thinking. You got like ayahuasca or something in your juice.
Yeah.
You may have, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, this fence is what fence like.
That's what they sell down the street.
So that's why I didn't panic immediately, because my first thought was like, oh, this can't be real. You know, I got drugged.
Bro's
so,
chill about getting drugged, by the
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
I'm
No,
chill
that's
about
okay.
it, bro. I was like, what am I
He's a
gonna
chill
do?
guy, bro.
Freaking out doesn't make you. I'm just a chill guy, bro. Who gets
Just a chill
drugged
guy.
sometimes.
Hey, put in the meme right here. He's just a chill guy.
No, he's just a chill donkey.
Yeah, I'm just a chill donkey. Oh, anyways, I'm staring at this goat for like 5 seconds, and I don't know it's a goat, by the way, because his eyes. You've seen goats' eyes before? They're like rectangular, right? You seen that?
Oh, yeah,
see
yeah,
that?
yeah.
They almost look like
Square.
snake eyes, and they have like a
Yeah.
slit.
They
going
got like
that
the
way. It's
slit in it.
weird.
It's actually kind of dope. They look like Naruto in stage mode, if you know what. Anyways, I was staring at this goat, and I decide like, so I'm openly Christian, and I'm like, I wonder like if this is like something spiritual, right? Because you hear stories about this. So I start praying to have it go away, like just in case. It's like a back thought. I'm like, maybe this is a spirit. Like
That's what
I'm
my
gonna
mom,
just
used
pray.
to say, yeah.
I'm gonna just pray, and then as I start praying, immediately as I start praying in my head, this goat, it grits its teeth at me and it starts breathing like this. It's like,
Oh, no, bro.
I'm like, I'm not playing.
It was demonic then.
I'm not
That
playing.
is so bad. Wait,
So-
but like, this is like your first week in DR?
Yeah, it was like first or second week.
Your second week?
Yeah, I'm just chilling on my back.
I don't know.
What time was it? Did you ever look at the clock?
I didn't look at the clock.
Was it like 3 a.m.?
It had
That's
to
supposed to be
around
the
that
witching
time.
hour.
See, if it was me, I would have sucker punched it.
Dude, I didn't even want like.
Did you try moving it or anything?
Was he like what's it called when you're like in sleep paralysis almost?
I think it's oddly enough, I didn't try moving. And I think maybe it was like the shock of it all. It was like a weird mix of like I'm like frozen and also like I might be drugged. You know, you go into shock, you see something like whack.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
you
go in
just
shock.
freeze up. I think I was like actually like a little bit like shaken up by this.
Yeah.
But also like I just wasn't sure it was even real. But once it start, you know, on my chest, you feel me? I was like, okay. So I start praying out loud, and as I'm praying out loud, I can't say the words I'm going to say.
Oh.
My tongue's like slipping my mouth. You know what I mean? So I go to say something, my tongue's like moving in the ways I don't want it to go. So I'm being so for real.
Ayahuasca.
I'm being so for real. So I keep trying to spit out the words. I'm saying, like save me type stuff, right? And I eventually managed to say the words that I need to say. And as I ask God for help, the goat's face goes back to neutral. It bows its head. I'm not playing. It bows its head at me. And you know the meme where you go like this and like fade away? And, like, the goat didn't put up a peace sign.
You put up a peace sign?
No, the goat's like, no, the goat just,
He respected your
He's
game.
like, I am out.
I can't put it into words. The best I can describe it to you is if you're looking at something and it literally fades away. That's all I can tell you. That's all I can tell you. I'm looking at it and I started to see my feet at the end of the bed more and more and more until I just couldn't see the goat anymore. It was just my feet.
He was just like, good game, bro. I'm out.
Yeah, he's just a chill goat for real. Like, that's all that happened, bro. He was just playing around.
Are we sure it wasn't just a chill donkey for real?
It might have been a donkey, bro. I realized later that it was a goat because they have like goats walking around the DR, and I saw its eyes, and I was like, oh shoot.
That's what it was.
So I'm like, it couldn't have been fake. It could not have been fake because I wouldn't have made up something that I didn't know existed.
That is true.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have made that. I didn't know goats had eyes like that. So I'm like, there's no way I got drugged.
My question is, did you ask anybody in the DR like if it's like?
Did you ever, yeah.
I'm like, you ever
ask
seen any
anyone?
night goats? No, I never asked them if they seen.
Well, I would have, cause yeah,
Yeah, because maybe it is like the Lugaroo, part of like Haiti, or
part of
like
their
some of their lore
folklore
or
and
whatever.
stuff like that. So I think, yeah, you never know. Like maybe goats are like a part of like how they visualize like evil energy and stuff like
Well,
that.
I think there is that goat head that is part of like some satanic like symbol or whatever.
They do
Yeah, I
say
mean that's what I
ghosts.
was thinking
Go
too.
ahead.
But then I'm just like, I mean, if you are good in your faith and stuff like that, and you maybe you were just like sleeping in a place where maybe there's like a lot of bad energy. I don't want to say that stuff, but I mean, I would have been like super like shooken up after that. You know what I mean?
Oh, the next couple nights were hell.
Like, did you even sleep
The
that
next
night?
couple nights were hell.
Did you even
Oh,
sleep
because
that
you thought
night?
it would happen again.
I would wake
or-
up in the middle of the night like shaking.
Yeah, I
I'd
would
wake up.
too.
I'd be like,
I don't
oh,
even think
shoot.
I would. I don't even think I would stay in the same place. I think I'd just get out of
You
there.
didn't have a choice though, because that was your place.
Yeah, I already, everything was already set.
Yeah, the lease was already signed, bro. There's no.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I was praying there, and I just prayed to have the house be safe and things like that.
That's good.
And the best.
did you do any like salt? on the
What's
outside
it
of your
called?
door?
The thing that you burn.
I actually took a Ouija
sage.
board.
Sage.
Yeah.
I used a Ouija board to ask for help. I'm like, hey,
No, you
protect the
did
house.
not. No, you did not.
Protect the house.
No, you
from
That's a
did
the-
good
not.
move. That's a good move.
They reverse psychology. Now they don't know what the hell to do. They would
Shoot, I might do that next time.
No, that's like the hardest thing about going through that. I think is like, because I know that there's always gonna be the skeptic that's not gonna believe that. It's like, oh, you're probably dreaming, but you didn't know you were dreaming.
I've learned that you're usually a skeptic if nothing's ever happened to you. Because it's really hard to believe.
Yeah.
Because it hasn't happened to you.
I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, it's a crazy thing to see like a goat in front of you. I was like gonna joke about it. It's like, did you see Messi in front of you? Like, were you talking to LeBron James or something? But no, that's actually like pretty freaky.
I'm not playing. I can't prove it.
No,
to you,
that would freak the crap.
But I'm not playing. That actually happened.
That would send me.
It would send me too. That would send
No,
me.
that's scary.
I actually have a short one, but I don't even think it's that scary. I think I just got scammed, honestly. When I was like really young, I was in Colombia.
The phone scammer.
No. Oh, your Microsoft 365 subscription has expired.
Oh, I'm a prince of
Prince
Zimbabwe.
from Kenya, from Kenya.
Kenya.
No, but I was in Colombia, and I think I was like, I don't know how old I was. Really young. I was like 14 or 15, and my parents had just sent me like some money to spend in Colombia and just kind of like get some stuff that I wanted to. It was there in the summer, and in the city that I was, like the downtown is always busy, so there's always like the people that are doing these games and stuff that they're trying to call like a crowd to them so they can pay attention. And so like they're doing all this magic trick, and like if you do a donation, they'll show you like something really cool. And so I was just feeling I get like it's like a little interested. So I put in I think maybe like $10, and I was just like, I want to see what they're doing because people were impressed and there were so many people around them. And after that, I think like 10 people or like 12 people ended up getting like donations, and we were apparently chosen to like oh, we'll like tell you like we'll take you to this other place and we'll do like a couple more tricks for you and show you like what it's all about. We'll even tell you like fortune tell, but that wasn't what they were doing. They were kind of like doing like magic and stuff like that. So we follow them after like the whole show ends up in we end up following them into like an office just kind of like this. So we pull into the office, like they just send us to like all these 10 people, and there's like maybe like 5 people like just waiting in each corner. And then they go and tell us, and then they like this put this rock in our hand, and the rock they put it with foil, and it's like, yeah, it's to like get rid of all your salts and whatnot. And then it's kind of weird because they started telling me like you're gonna have a downfall with one of your friends, and then I was like, well, what's my friend's name? And he was like, it starts with an A, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like one of my best friends starts with an A. So I was already shook it up by that. Then they gather us up in the middle of that room, and then the guy goes, you guys have all been like cursed or something like that for the rest of life. If you don't give us everything that you have in your pocket, like this will be a forever like curse on you and stuff like that. I literally like all the money that my parents had sent me, I had to give it away because I was so scared. I was 15 years old, 14 years old, and I was like scared for my life. And I'm like, and when they said that, my heart dropped. I was like, they just put a curse on me. Like I'm cursed for my entire life. And then I just like gave him all my cash, and then they did something with the stone that I had get put it in, and then they let me go. And then I just called my parents, and I was like, I think I just got scammed. Yeah. Nothing happened after that. Like I didn't have any bad luck. I don't have any bad juju. I didn't have any curse. Nothing bad happened to me. I think I genuinely just got like scammed. Like,
No, that's their hustle.
I don't know though.
They pick like
yeah, if you give them donations, they know you have more money where that came from. So, oh, follow me. Let me show you a little bit more.
No, they pick like people that are suspects that they can manipulate.
Yeah, the curse
For
thing.
sure.
I think they just used the right. I know they didn't put a curse on me or anything like that because they're regular people. They're literally regular people.
No, bro. They say witchcraft's not real till you see it, man.
Okay, but
That's
nothing
true.
happened to me.
Because you
Yet.
paid up. You paid up.
Yeah, well, yeah, you did pay him off, but also yet you're still young.
Nah, bro. I went to church the next day, and I was looking with my grandma. I was like, Grandma, like I don't know what they did. Like I hope they didn't do anything, but just I need help right now. And and God, nothing happened. But I think I was just so young and so naive that I mean, they do this all around, like with stuff like the 3-card Monte. I had a friend lose $800 to that, even though you know exactly that you're gonna lose the moment you put money down on the table. You know what 3-card Monte is?
No, but
It's the one where
is it
the
just
ball.
a card trick?
Yeah, it's the one where it's like the ball in the cup, and then you just have to follow
you
the
have to
ball.
follow it.
But like they have people around that are meant to win, so then you can come in and think that you can, win too. And then when you put the money and you think you know where the ball is,
Well, because it's like a trap door.
it's a trap door. It's a trap door under the cup, so you're gonna lose yes or yes. So I think I just kind of got caught up with that, and I was just so naive and so young, and I just thought like maybe these are just street performers that are trying to like make a living. So I just want to see what they're all about, and I don't know. I mean, 14 years old, I'm on by myself.
You got hustled. You were by yourself and you went to a strange office all by yourself. You didn't have anyone with you.
It was like the 12 people that got like they gave the donation.
But you trusted those 12 people? What if they were in on it?
Dang, he didn't
Dude,
think
you
about
could have
that,
been
bro.
traffic, bro.
Did everybody pay?
I mean, bro, well, my parents sent me like maybe like $100, so like whatever I gave them was everything I had. It wasn't like, but like I definitely think the whole portion of that thing was to make it so scary that you would feel like you had to give in everything you had, and that's what I did.
Well, yeah, they told you something where you thought that they were a magician or whatever, a witch, or
But they were doing like magic, like like the coin flipping and
Yeah,
all that
yeah.
kind of stuff, like just fun stuff that you usually see like on shows on like street performers and stuff like that. But then like I don't know, I guess it just caught me up wrong. I don't know. And ever since then, I've been so skeptical of like street performers or like anyone who's selling anything on the side of the street. Like I will not approach. I will not talk. Like if anyone has a flyer, I will not talk to the person with the flyer. I won't even touch the flyer. Like that's how like
Dang, bro.
skeptic I've become of those things, because it's just like from my perspective, like it already happened to me in a way that scared me so bad when I was young that I'll never ever do that.
So you do think it was real then? That you actually got cursed?
I don't think it was real. I think I'm just trying to be safe, because you never know. What if I catch a flyer, grab the flyer, and then they're like, you just grab that flyer, you have 7 years of whatever bad
bad
luck
luck.
for you. I'm like, oh bro, like now I gotta give you what, like my credit card and my debit card, like here's my donkey coin, bro, like
Bro. But you don't believe it's real though.
I believe there's evil in this world, but I do believe that people use that fear against others to gain something.
Yes.
Like, when they used to do the email, like the email things, there was like, you just open up this email. If you don't send it to 11 people in
Oh,
the
yeah.
next
Yeah, you're gonna
24
be
hours, you're gonna be
cursed
cursed for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my gosh, I gotta send this to 11 people now. It's just like, I feel like people use
There's people susceptible to,
fear and stuff like that.
I mean, cultures. Yeah, there's tons of culture. I mean, think of Haiti, voodoo, that is prevalent in like New Orleans too.
They do some crazy stuff, bro.
Like that's just kind of like in the culture and stuff.
They have like
and
vampires in New Orleans, like that's like where the cult of like the vampires exist.
that and
Have you heard about that?
Transylvania.
Yeah, the Transylvania and stuff like that. And another something else scary. I think you were talking about Haiti or like Dominican Republic, but there's this documentary on Vice, and it's about this guy that goes to Haiti to see like a dead person be revived.
Yeah, that's wild.
I don't know if you've ever heard that, but it's like it's pretty wild because it's just like like
Well, this is an offshoot. I actually saw something in New Orleans when I lived there.
you lived in New Orleans.
Yeah, I lived in New Orleans. There was someone that had broke their arm. And they went to a voodoo doctor, and the voodoo doctor did like this like chanting thing or whatever, and their arm wasn't broken anymore.
I don't believe this.
And they went like 2 weeks.
No, keep going.
No, they went like 2 weeks. Like their arm was like completely better, but they started to like, I don't know, get like out of control more and more and more, like more erratic in their decision making until they started like
You don't mess with
whatever,
that.
and then basically got so bad they had to call like their church person, and they came and like cast a demon out of them. And the moment that happened, arm was broken.
Yeah.
You rebroke.
Bro, I'm telling you, just stay away from any of that stuff. Palm reading, like tarot, any of that, bro.
I know, it scares me
None of
too,
that-
bro.
None of that is good, bro. Like the craziest thing is like I went to Target the other day with my wife, and we are going to the game section, just trying to find like a game to play at home and stuff. And there's like a Ouija board. They sell Ouija,
boards at
now.
Target?
Yes.
Well, those aren't real though.
Target is getting evil, bro.
Oh
like,
yeah, go do it then.
Go do
Let's
it.
see
Man.
what
Tell me
happens,
what it's all
bro.
about.
Those don't work. Bro.
I won't even touch it, bro. Like
You'll
I
be
will
walking
not
home
even,
and you'll get killed.
Okay, I actually do. I don't like that stuff. I don't play
F
with
Ouija
those.
boards,
if you
bro.
spend 7 times in Fortnite and look up and look down and then open up your like bases and stuff, you're cursed.
You'll be transported to a room with
No,
nothing
you
but a
go
Ouija
back
board.
to the pregame lobby,
Which turns into a maze.
and then no, I'm kidding.
But it's just not. It's not a normal maze.
You can't even do Ouija boards by yourself though.
No, but
That's
that's
how you know they're fake.
But even just having it in your presence is like unsettling. Like I think
It is
like,
unsettling.
if
for
someone
sure.
just walked in here with a Ouija board, I'd be like,
My mom.
you know what I mean? I don't mess with that, bro. I don't like that kind of stuff. So I think like I know my mom always raised me to be like, stay away from that stuff. Don't look into that stuff. Like
and then you get scammed by a rock.
if someone asks you what time and what day were you born, like the time that you were born, run. That is not good, bro. No one should
Why?
know. No, the meaning of the time that you were born, the minute and the hour and the second. They're looking into the stars. They're looking into the sun. Like
yes,
they're
the
gonna tell you
moons
some
and the
weird
stars,
stuff.
the alignments and all
No, bro,
that.
like-
Yo, my wife's way into that right now, and it kind of freaks me out.
Star
It
alignment?
does? No.
Yeah, she's like your sign, your Saturn sign, blowing cinnamon into the air, like charging rocks out in the
2 pumps
in the
of latte.
courtyard,
Oh,
moon
hell
rocks or whatever, and then
no.
drinking moon water.
The celestial ceiling.
Huh?
Like,
No way.
Oh well, that's
Bro,
wild.
Oh,
run.
But let me tell you why. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you why. I've had several encounters with legit evil. Several. And the story I'm about to tell you is where it all started. And every time I tell this story, there's a reason I haven't told it in 10 years. Every time I tell this story, something happens
All right. So
to me and everyone I tell it to.
so don't tell it.
nah, we fine.
That's the
Go
whole
ahead.
point of this podcast, is me to get this out so you can all get cursed and live like I have. No, but I really haven't told for 10 years for this reason. I'm about to tell you a very long tale with multiple occurrences that happened over me for like 12, 15 years. Anyways, it all started. I was in school. The bell rings. School's out. I'm running home because I'm going camping.
I can see it. You see it.
Are you seeing the
I
AI
just saw
generated
like
images?
like baby Todd. Like ran out of school. He got like a lollipop.
So I
like,
was
spinning
actually
hat.
like 12, 13. So it was junior high. Get on the bus, go home. I'm excited because I'm going camping with a bunch of friends, my dad, like tons of people, probably like 20 families. So it's super stoked. You know, I'm with my best friends. My brothers are with his best friends. Like it's going to be a good time. So we drive. It's up about 2 hours north, which is called the Mongolian Rim here. It's above Payson, if you know what that is. So we're there. We set up our camp. Night comes, and usually at nighttime, one of the things that we like to do is we like to get in a truck and we go like spotlighting for elk. And we got all our camp set up, and the sun's down. It's pitch dark, and we're like, okay, it's time to go. Let's go elk spotlighting, basically. So it's me, my best friend at the time, my brother, and a couple other of his friends. We're all kind of friends because we're all similar age group. And there's like 10 of us. We all get into the truck, fill up the cab, and then like 5 of us jump in the back. And we're in our truck and we're just going. You know, we have to go find fields or just looking in the trees. And we have a spotlight in the back, looking, going slow. We're basically getting lost into the forest, taking all these back trails. And then all of a sudden, we come out of the trees and we see this huge field. We're like, oh, sick. And the moon at this point had come up and it was pretty bright. I don't know if it was a full moon, but it was bright enough that you could see pretty good. And it was pitch black outside, but the moon was lighting everything up. That was really cool. And so the field was like lit up and you could kind of like see it glistening off the grass. And so we're like, sick, my brother was actually the one driving. He just starts flooring it into the field, like trying to whip it and like donuts. And like everyone in the back, we're all freaking out and having fun.
It's like,
At this point, we're not looking for elk, but that is one of the best places to look for elk in fields. But we start cruising, and we're cruising around in this field. And at the time, we didn't know the shape of it, but after the fact, it was shaped like a horseshoe. So there's like this hill in between, so you couldn't see the other side of the field.
yeah.
Right? So we start here, we're cruising, and we come around the lip of this hill, and we see the end of the field. And at the end of the field, there's this abandoned like village, like 1800 style. We see it, we're like, what the heck? Bro, that's sick. At this age, we all think that's
Yeah.
sick. There's a bunch of
Nah,
us.
bro,
There's 10s of us.
I mean,
There's nobody out there, right?
Classic movie response. Let's go check it out.
bro, there's nothing wrong. What do you mean?
Yeah, it'd be fun, man.
It's summer.
And when kids like, I don't know.
No, we all thought it sick, let's go cruise. So we cruise over there with the truck. We pull up and there's like this wood fence around the whole entire village. And so we park right outside this wood fence and we start walking up to the first house. And all the houses are raised. There wasn't air conditioning back in like the 1800s. You could tell it was like early,
Yeah.
like everything's wood. They're all lifted so the underdraft would cool them off. So we start running up to the first house and the first person goes up the steps. And the door at this point is a little cracked. Like it's kind of open. You can tell it's abandoned. Like you can tell like nobody's living in it. It's dark. There's no lights. And the doors and windows are all open. Like nobody's living in them. But the first guy runs up and the door slams shut as he reaches out for the handle. Everyone behind him were like, bro, why'd you do that? Like we all thought he was joking around
Just a
with us.
wind, just a wind.
No, we thought he was joking. Like he slammed the door,
Yeah.
trying to scare us. He's like, guys, I didn't touch it. I didn't touch the door. We're like, yeah, right, yeah. So then another person comes up, touches the handle to pull it open, couldn't open it. And then all of a sudden, in the back of us, which is normal, wind in the mountains is normal. But this time there was like a whistling wind started coming from behind us. Like, and it kept getting louder and louder and louder until it like hit us. And everything that was open in the village, everything in the village, not just the house we were at, slammed shut. All the windows, doors, everything just went.
Dog.
Of course, we all freak out at this point. We like, it's not funny anymore.
They're like, stop bringing us, John. He's like, John.
No, it's not funny anymore, right? Like, we all start just jetting. Like, have you ever had an adrenaline rush? Like, you're getting
Yes.
chased by
Yes.
something?
Yes.
We all are running to the truck.
Where's the main menu button?
But
at this
because
point?
we're all scared, we're piling into the cab, like getting on top
Like,
of each
fast
other's
as you
laps,
could, bro.
but my best friend actually at the time jumped into the back, and he was only in the bed alone,
Oh, no.
and everyone else was jumped in the truck. Doors are shut. My brother puts in the keys, goes to start the truck, doesn't turn on. We all start freaking out even more.
Typical, bro.
No, like we start freaking out even more because we think he's playing a joke on us. We're like, dude, stop. He's like, I'm not joking. It's not starting. Which makes sense. It was kind of older Tacoma.
But okay, but
But
like
the timing
the
is just
timing
like,
is
what the F is going on?
impeccable. It's impeccable. Like
It
the
won't
timing of
start.
all that.
The truck won't start. We see him turning it. Engine's not turning. Lights aren't coming on. Nothing. I was one of the last ones because I was one of the youngest ones at the time. Slowest. You get it? I was one of the last ones in, so I was on the very edge of the truck in the back. And I'm looking back at the village like, what's going on? What's going on? And in the back of the village, there was like a big barn, like where the village would like store things, or like a storehouse. I don't know what it
Where
was.
they put
like
the hay and all that
or like
kind
a
of stuff.
common hall. It was just like a bigger building for the village. And I look back there, and all of a sudden I see two black figures start approaching us. Now they're far enough away I can't make out what it is, but I can definitely tell the two black, like shadowy type figures are starting to approach us. I go like ballistic, like there's people coming after us. We have to go, like stop messing around, turn on the truck, whatever. I'm freaking out. Everyone starts to look. All the people start freaking out. We were just freaking out hysterically at this point. My brother keeps keying it. Finally it starts, and we start just jetting. We're going as fast as we can possibly go in a meadow in the mountains. Can't go 100 or let's die, but we got to be going at least 40, 50, maybe 60. I don't know how fast we're going, but we're going fast. We're hauling. We're going and going and going. And then all of a sudden, like, you could tell in the like peripheral, there was like, I was looking forward, like kind of looking back, forward, looking back.
You were facing the barn and the
but
village,
all of
right?
a sudden, out of my peripheral, I could see something outside the window, like running with us.
Nah.
I'm like, so I turned to look what it is, and it looked like it was like a skinless human body with long black hair, but it was running on its elbows and knees.
An entity.
Yes, it was running as fast as the truck next to us, and I immediately become trance. It was almost like I took acid or something.
Yeah, it's like you
Which
don't-
I've never done acid, so I don't know what that's like.
Like
but like,
Adderall?
I immediately got sucked in. It's like gravity started sucking me in, and the thing wasn't looking. It was looking straight, and all of a sudden it just like turned its head toward me, and like its eyes were completely black, and like I could feel my body or something starting to like. It was like something was
It was
pulling
like gravity
me in.
was like pulling you.
But I'm in the truck and it's outside, but like I could feel my body like coming towards it. And I start like freaking out, like I can't move, freaking out even more. And then all of a sudden we hear this bang on the back of the window. And my best friend's still out in the freaking in the bed.
Oh, nah.
He's banging on the window to try and get in. And he eventually actually passed out because he went into like shock because he was so scared. And my brother just, I don't know how he kept it going, but he just kept driving and driving and driving. And this thing was just still following us. Following us, staying right with us. And then we got back around the corner to where it became like more trees and stuff. And we had to start taking like smaller, we had to slow down. But the moment we hit that trail, they were just gone. Like kind of like your story. They just like, it's almost like they just became transparent and gone.
It's kind of like they cross like a line where they're not allowed to go past through.
I don't know 100%. But we jetted back to our campsite. We found it. We're all freaking out. I go run to my dad. I'm like, tell him what's happened, blah, 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 blah. The only thing he says is, whatever it was, it didn't want you there. And so anytime I've told a story, some people are like, oh, well, it sounds like skinwalkers, which makes sense because that's kind of like in that area. I don't know if it was skinwalkers, demon. I don't know what it was, but it scared the out of me. And then fast forward to when I was 16. 3 or 4 years later, I eventually tell one of my buddies this story a few hours before we go to a Diamondbacks game. So I tell him the story. He always wanted to hear about it. It was the cousin of my buddy that was in the bed. So I told him the story, blah, 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 blah. We go to a Diamondbacks game. Great game, cool. Game's over, and we're walking back to our car that was in the parking garage. He's like, oh, wait, I have a buddy that lives in these apartments over here. Let's go say hi to him real quick, see if he's there. I was like, all right, I'm down. We have some time to kill. There's tons of traffic. It's like, let's just kill some time. So we go run over to the apartment building, and he's up on like the 5th floor. So we get in the elevator. We go up to the 5th floor. The door's open, and we get out, and there's this lady like standing in front of her door, just like motionless. We're like, oh, this is weird. We didn't really think a ton of it. We're just like laughing, kind of funny. What's going on? And his buddy lived at the end of the hallway. So we go to the end of the hallway, knock, ring, door on the door. He's not there. So we turn back around, and the lady's still there staring at her door. We're like, what's going on? Maybe we should see if she needs help or whatever.
Yeah.
It's nice.
So we go walk up to her. We're like, hey, are you okay? You need some help? She turns to us, I can't find my keys. Her keys were in her hand. So we're like, oh, are those your keys in your hand? Like, or do you have a separate piece of keys? Or she's like, oh, I have my keys right here. Opens the door.
See now.
We're like, okay, good. Like, peace. Like, we'll see you later. She's like, oh, hey, let me give you guys a soda. Thank you for helping me. And, we're 16, kind of raised like, oh, don't refuse like someone
like
a
elder.
gift or like, yeah, like make sure she's okay. We're like, yeah, that's cool. And she's like, oh, no, come in. We were going to stand outside the door, and we were like, all right, we'll go in. She seemed harmless, right? Like, if she attacked us, we could have beat the crap out of her, right?
Yeah, but
She was an old woman?
she was. I feel like my red flag would have been the fact that she didn't know she had the keys in her hand.
Well, we thought maybe, Alzheimer's
dementia or
like
something.
dementia or something.
Yeah, I guess,
And you
like-
know how like sometimes like, where's my hat? And you're wearing it.
Yeah. I
Kinda
guess
one
so.
of those moments. We're like, oh, no big deal. Whatever. So we go in, but we try and keep the door a little cracked. Obviously,
Just
mind
for
our P's and
safety.
Q's, right? She goes and grabs us 2 sodas, hands it to us. But as she hands it to us, we kind of like we were looking around beforehand, but we kind of were looking around now. We could tell that she has like hundreds of candles.
Like
lining
just
the
regular
walls.
candles, or like there's just sticks, or just the ones
Just
that are.
candles that aren't lit. Just like lining, like she had like a little fireplace, like it wasn't a fireplace because it was an apartment, but like kind of like, I don't like a corner where it was just like
Like
set
a
up
little
like
altar?
altar almost. And we're like, oh, this is kind of weird. Like, let's bounce. So we grab a soda and we're like, thank you so much. Have a good night. Yada, yada, yada. And we turn around to open the door. She grabs us by the arm. And we immediately are like, okay, we turn around. She's like, don't leave me. He's here. We're like, who's here? He's like, he's here. He's here. Help me. We're like, we don't know what to do to help you. Dude, you need us to go call someone, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And this is kind of before cell phones. So like we would have, I think
Like
my buddy
flip
had
Like
phone?
a payphone or
I
something.
think my buddy had a cell phone at the time. I had mine like taken away. But either way, they're not like
wasn't common.
yeah,
It
it
wasn't
wasn't like
common.
iPhones like today. Anyway, so we're like, well, we have to go get service or whatever. We're like, we got to get out of here, basically. Like, hey, we'll go get you help. She lets us go. We run. We don't even take the elevator. We fly down the stairs, like
I'd be
hauling ass, like freaked out. We get down to the bottom. We run across the sidewalk and go across the street to the other side. And we look back up because her window is facing now where we're at. We look back up. She's sitting in the window looking at us.
bro.
And right behind her was like a shadowy figure of a man. And now you could tell that she had lit all the candles, but there were hundreds. So it couldn't have happened like,
Oh, like right there. and
they
then-
had to have been like within a few minutes or like a minute. So something strange was happening. So
And this was after you started telling your friend about the story.
3 hours after I told the story, 3 hours, this thing happens.
Great. You know
Where
that's
we get invited into basically a demon, demonic, satanic, whatever. I don't know 100% what it is, but there was something else in there, whether it was a man that was in the room and we didn't know about, but there was somebody else in that room now with her staring at us, and we just ran to the cars, get in our cars, drive away. Boom. I wait 2 more years before I tell the story again because it just freaks me out.
Yeah, you're already shooken up by the first.
So I'm
second
18.
time.
Yeah, I'm 18 years old now. Graduated high school, I think. No, maybe I was still in high school. Either way, I was home alone, and whole family was out of town. So I had the house to myself for the weekend. So I had some friends over. You know, I had some girls, some guys, whatever. There's probably like
Hey.
10 or 12 of us, and we're
It's a party.
we're just chilling, talking, blah blah blah. One
Right,
of my
just
friends
talking.
was like, "Yo, tell us a story."
Nah, dog. Come on.
And at this point, it's like 1 a.m. and like I'm ready to like call it a night type deal. And I'm like, frick. I get peer pressure into it. You know, I have some ladies there. I want to act cool, so you know, I'm like, all right,
I fought this guy once.
all right, I'll tell a story. So I tell the same story. I bring that energy into the room. Everyone gets freaked out.
Both stories or just the first
Just
one?
the first one. I didn't
Okay.
tell the second one
The girl's like,
because I didn't know that it was.
You didn't know
I didn't know it was connected yet.
You don't, yeah, yeah.
I thought it was just another really
Okay,
like
fair enough.
like
weird
in a weird
experience.
instance, yeah.
They didn't know it was connected yet. So I tell the story, and everyone gets freaked out. And they're like, "Bro, I'm going home, dude. This is nuts." And everyone leaves, and I'm home alone now. I'm like, "Fetch, bro." I'm kind of like scared myself
1
now.
a.m. and you're telling, nah.
So it's probably like 2 a.m. now. So I'm like, I roll up. I'm like, I'm just gonna go straight to sleep. I'm gonna try to just sleep this off. I'm freaking myself out. So I get in my bed and I'm laying down, and then just randomly, I just like panic, wake up. I look over at my clock. It's like 3:13 a.m.
I know the feeling.
So I look at my clock and I'm like panicking. I can feel my heartbeat. I'm like, I have tons of anxiety. Like I can't sleep. And in my room, I had these 2 closets off to the side. And one of the closets I always kept closed because it had like my sister's clothes in it from when she lived in the house.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was in like the grown up room now because I was 18. I was one of the last kids in the house, had my own room. This closet over here had all my clothes in it. I always had it open, right? Because I was always getting clothes in and out. But this one was always closed because it had like storage in it. And I'm sitting up in my bed, just like this. So the closet's are right here. And I'm sitting up in my bed, like, I can't catch my breath. I have anxiety, like a panic attack almost. I'm like, what can I do? What can I do? And then I glance over at the closet. It starts opening. And I'm like, you know how you froze? I like immediately freeze. I didn't know what to do. I like froze. I was like, what's going on? And it's just slowly opening and opening and opening and opening and opening. And you freeze more and more and more. And then all of a sudden, that same feeling I had when I was in the truck, like a gravity feeling, like it felt like something was sucking me in.
Like the gravitate, yeah. The
I couldn't
pull.
see what it was, but like the door kept opening. And then all of a sudden, that thing that was chasing us stepped out of my closet, stared at me.
The skinhead?
Yeah.
The
it was
same
like,
one?
Exact same one. Stared at me with his black eyes, and I could just feel my body just slowly getting sucked into it. And then all of a sudden, boom, I actually woke up. So it was a dream.
Oh.
But I woke up into the same scenario.
Yo, bro.
Like I wake up, closet, close, and I just sat there and sat there and I just stared at the closet till the sunlight came up
That's insane.
for like 3 hours. I couldn't go back to sleep. I just was just looking at it.
Do you feel like it's like in your subconscious still in one way or another? It's like it's almost like a core memory.
Well, it was real.
No, yeah.
No, my brain, it was real. Like it was more than just a dream.
Like your brain
Like
didn't know.
something was in my room.
Like your brain didn't know if it was like reality or a dream. Like it was almost like blurring the lines.
It was
between-
blurring the lines. It was almost like I was in a different dimension. It was weird.
What do they call it again? Like a like
lucid dream or
lucid dream type of thing where it's like you kind of feel like you're awake in your dream, and so everything that happens in the dream almost feels like it's happening in reality, and then when you wake up you don't even know if you were dreaming
or not. Correct. That's what it felt like. So I felt like Groundhog Day, almost like it was gonna happen again. So I obviously the morning came. I finally got the nerve to get out of my bed, run, and like
Yeah, I would've
I got in
dipped.
my car and I went to my friend's house and stayed there until my family came back. Yada yada yada. Anyways, fast forward another 2 years, I'm in New Orleans.
Oh, okay.
And some of my roommates catch wind that I had
Previous experiences.
yeah, someone caught wind that I had some crazy story, blah 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 blah.
you got peer pressured again?
Yeah, bro.
So I was
Bro,
I was at like something where there were like several people and they're like, "Hey, dude, tell us that story." And I'm like, "Guys, I'm pretty sure every time I tell it something weird happens."
Yeah. I feel like
Every
you got like three.
Every time and also the other people I tell it to have weird things happen to them. Not as extreme as mine, but weird things happen to them.
Nah.
So I'm like, "Are you sure you want me to tell this?"
I'm about to see a goat out here.
I'm kind of hesitant too because I'm like,
A mix of all our stories.
because like they're scary moments. They're actual like
yeah.
scary inducing moments where you like freeze up and you're like, what the heck
It
just
becomes
happened?
a core memory.
So I'm like, I don't know if I really want to tell it. Not sure if I do. And then they're like pressure me into it. And of course I want to be the cool guy. So I'm like, fine, I'll tell it.
Yo, peer
So I
pressure is a
tell
real
it.
thing.
That's the real tragedy.
I tell it and the night ends, we all go to bed, nothing happens at that point. But the next day, me and a homie, we're going to another friend's house. And
Why is it always going to a friend's house when this gets
because
induced?
it's that age where you're like trying to be.
It's like when you're trying to like,
That's all you're doing is going to friends' houses, right?
Yeah.
You're just trying to what's going on, like let's
what's
just
the
go.
move?
Anyways, so we're headed to our friend's house. He also lives in an apartment building. We go to the apartment building. We go to our friend's house. Stay there for a couple hours. Blah 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 blah. And as we're leaving,
The same lady.
no, even stranger, we go by one of the apartments and the door's open and there's like a young guy standing and he's probably like 18, 19, 20. He's the same age as me at the time. He's standing there like staring at us, like walking by. We nodded and we're like, what's up, what's up? And then he starts saying like weird stuff to us. We didn't know what he said. Because it was New Orleans, we thought it was like maybe Cajun or something.
Oh yeah.
So, which is, you can't understand. Like,
Just like
it's like English,
slang,
French, like
just
mixed
mashed up
Creole, like all mashed together. You don't understand it. You maybe get like one word out of a sentence.
You went bomba club.
And so we like turn around. We're like, what'd you say? Sorry, we didn't hear you. And he just like starts going like this to us and
Hissing?
no, showing his teeth. And we're like, are you okay, bro? Like, you need some help? Blah, blah. We're trying to still be nice. And then he starts like gnashing his teeth and like biting at us and then starts speaking a weird language at us. We're like, all right, bro, what's going on? We thought he was like just being funny. And then he like said, I forgot what he said to us actually because I blocked it out. But he's like basically like he said like some satanic ritual at us.
No, he probably was
Like-
just speaking Cajun to you.
No, it was like the devil walks with you. Beware your next move type
What?
line.
Go ahead
and
and
we're
repeat
like,
it word for word.
No, bro.
I ain't
don't
trying to
say
hear that, bro. I'm not
no,
trying to
well, I actually
I
blocked it out of
hear
my
that,
brain
bro.
because it was like
It was
so
bad.
like just like
And you're s-
all right, you're nuts, and we just run away. But this was 12 hours after I just told that story, so a negative energy had happened, which isn't the scariest thing in the world. But that's basically the last time I told the story. I did tell it one other time, and of course something strange happened, but not as crazy. But it has been 10 years since I told that story.
Dude, I don't know if I could even like go through with the first time, let alone the second time. And I think by the third time I would know better than not to even speak about it.
Well, I just have cursed you guys for at least 12 hours.
Unless we
Something
give
weird
him
will
all
happen
of our
to
money.
me for 12 hours. And anyone listening to this YouTube, anyone listening to this podcast, you may have something strange happen to you. And it's not my fault because you kept asking me to tell it. So
Unless you donate in the Patreon link below,
Oh, yeah,
all of
you
your money.
you can get rid of the curse by giving us all your money.
Yeah, Patreon.
No, but for real, I usually cry when I tell the story. That's how traumatic it was.
I'd be
But I've kind
traumatized,
of, I think I've got some thicker skin these past 10 years. And because the experiences are getting less and less like intense, I felt okay telling this at this
Question.
time. But I am actually not joking, by the way. Like, I'm being 100% serious. you guys might have something strange happen to you. I will for sure have something strange happen to me in the next.
I will have
hours.
a GoPro. I will have a GoPro with me 24/7, just following me. I'll probably go live on Instagram, and if anything does happen, at least it'll be on the record for everybody to see. But if people wanted to find the specific location where the first instance happened to you, would you be able to go on Google Maps?
Correct. Yes,
would you
I have
be able
found it.
to?
Yes.
That's what I was thinking. The entire time when he was telling the story, I was like, if he were to go on Google Maps, would he be able to pinpoint where
I
that
even thought
farm
about
is?
going back to it, but then I was
No,
like, no.
no.
I was gonna say, how
no.
much money you go back? How
I
much
thought
money you go
about it
back?
when I was like more tough and younger, you know, like felt invincible. But I feel like if I went back, it would be 10
would
times
be-
worse.
No, you gotta confront him, bro.
1 million
He's been
V-Bucks?
challenging you.
1 million V-Bucks, or we're going back to there?
What do you think?
I would take $1 million V-Bucks.
Yeah.
I feel like, have you guys ever seen It? Like the movie It?
Yeah.
You know how like the kids have
Oh,
to
yeah,
face
they
their
have to go
fears,
face
and
the
that's the
game.
only way to get rid of the fear. It's like facing the fear.
I
you
might
had
have
as
to
a
go face it and maybe kill it in some way.
I mean,
Not be scared of it.
It-
Dude, bring us, bro. Live
No,
stream?
but like it's different when it's like actually happening to you. It's easy to like say those things, you know, but when it actually is real and it's you, it's really tough to like
even like say it.
even confront it.
No, I know. I bet like it's hard because it's not only like it happened to you, but it's like it's so eerie that like just talking about it sets you in that mood again.
Correct.
Yeah, because when he was saying this, I was like, if I experienced what he experienced, I don't think I'd be able to talk to someone about it without having my mind go back to that time. I think I just freeze again. And I mean, his like, I'm sorry, bro, but like his story beats yours by like, mine doesn't have anything on. I mean, I haven't had anything happen to me, thank God. Like the amount of scaries he's had, like, but I think I'd be like petrified. I think I'd really be petrified about stuff like that. But then that's why I don't receive anything from anybody on the crowds, or I don't, you know, if I were to see that now, like, oh, let's go to this abandoned village, I'd be like,
Peace.
I am curious now, though. You know, check it out. I am a little bit curious,
no, you're not.
I mean,
bro.
Uh,
bad things
I'll
have
show
happened
you
to
where
me.
it's at and you can have at it.
1 million V-Bucks or?
Would you actually let me go, Todd? Like, hey, I'm checking it
Dude,
out.
but if you don't come back, just say I told you
You gotta
so.
come find me, bro. But don't come back.
No.
It's up to
Oh,
you.
we're making a movie now, huh?
I
have to go to the-
come find me, bro.
Is this the forest where Logan Paul went and found that dead body?
Bro.
No, but this is an unknown cursed area. It's beautiful, but at night it's not friendly.
No.
Anyways, guys, that's our scary stories for today. We got to bounce. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notifications. And next podcast, we'll read some of these comments. But comment down below what is the scariest thing that's ever happened to you before. Is there anything that is scarier than my story? We'll find out, I guess. If so, maybe we'll get you on the podcast to tell it. That'd be fun.
12-hour clock starts running
Anyways,
now.
Now that you've watched this, you have 12 hours to get your things in order because...
Hey, link in bio.
Link in bio. Don't forget.
All right, peace out, guys.